service to humanity is service to God. And I have to tell you that what we are doing here is only one who is called by God that can go this far. Because me in particular, I can decide to say, okay, with the funds, with what God has blessed me with, I will just decide to stay with my wife and my beautiful daughter. We enjoy ourselves, we travel, have the luxury life. But what will it benefit us?
With the increasing pressure on the available resources and the quest for survival, a lot of people have decided to look out for themselves. But do you know that we have few people in our society that still have time to share what they have with other people? We will be dissecting that today on Heroes Walk. Don't forget, I'm Susan Uzono. Don't go anywhere. Welcome, and it's Heroes Walk. Just as I told you, we're bringing to your way a very powerful interview with someone you will love to meet. Honorable, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Okay, can we get to meet you, please?
My name's Honorable Chief Dr. Johanna Joshua. I am the president and founder of Jojo Classic Foundation and the chairman of Jojo Dynasty.
Oh, thank you very much. So, Jojo Classic Foundation, I know some people will be wondering, what is it? What is the aim? What do you stand for?
Well, Jojo Classic Foundation is a foundation based here in the FCT, which is the headquarters of the foundation. And basically what we are into is youth empowerment, widows empowerment, and also we empower people living with disability through our skills acquisition programs, and sometimes we aid them with working materials such as wheelchairs and clutches and whatsoever.
You know, before now, we think that when we hear somebody into the humanitarian industry doing things for people, we think it's just for the aged or for the old people. But we're seeing you as a youth, as a motivation today on the program. Let's know how this vision came about, please.
Well, this vision is a vision that I was actually born with. And I remember vividly a story that happened, an incident that happened to me at a very tender age when I was in around JSS2 or 3 thereabout, where I saw a nursing mother who was crying, begging for food because she was just put to bed and she and her little baby didn't have food to eat. So when she walked past through my place, and the story was touching. So the only thing I had on me that day was my school fees, and I had no option, and I was to start exams the following week. But due to that passion, that simplicity in me, I had to go and bring out my school fees and give to that woman. And I have to tell you that from that day, the joy and the expression on the face of that woman really gave me joy, and I believe, yes, it is really a good thing when you put a smile on someone's face.
Thank you very much. Are you married?
Yes, I am married.
Wow.
Yes, and I'm blessed with a beautiful daughter.
Beautiful daughter. Oh, that's interesting. Are they also part of what you're doing?
Yes, they are very, very supportive, most especially my beloved wife. I really thank God because I wouldn't have asked for a better partner, because even some days ago when she paid a visit to the office, I asked her to stand in for me because of my busy schedules. So when I came back, I was told somebody came crying about her child school fees, and in my absence, out of her own savings, she had to pay the school fees on my behalf.
Oh.
So she has been very, very supportive, and I thank God for that.
Thank you very much. I don't know if you're also aware that some people are into this type of work and they actually don't have a passion for it. What do you have to say? I don't know if you've encountered anybody that is doing this as a cover up or something.
Yes, even myself, many people have misunderstood what I'm doing here. Why? Because most of the people that are into NGO, philanthropic work, some people read it as if they do it because of most especially political reasons, or some people feel they do it just because they want to gain one government appointment or the other. But I have to tell you that what I'm doing here in Jojo Classic Foundation is a vision that I was born with, and this foundation is on a mission. With politics, without politics, this is what I derive joy in doing, and I have no regret at all.
What advice do you have for somebody watching you and saying, oh, this is what I would love to do?
Well, every journey begins with a step, and whether you like it or not, you have to start somewhere. Just like Jojo Classic Foundation, what you're seeing today is a vision that was born a very long time ago, and we started gradually, and here we are today. So the only thing I will advise people that have this kind of mind, if you have this mind and you have the zeal, you have that passion, just start somewhere. With a little you have, you can start somewhere, because what we are doing here is service to humanity, and service to humanity is service to God. And don't forget that when you are working for God, you have nothing to regret. So you just have to start somewhere, refocus, believe in what you are doing, and gradually you shall get there.
Oh well, we've seen even on the social media, we've seen on the internet the greatness of this work that you're doing. And know somebody will be wondering, how do you relax? Do you have days that you relax, or it's just work and work? We want to know.
Well, they say that all work without play make Jack a dull boy. And even though running a foundation of this standard, sometimes resting is very, very difficult. But I don't have any choice. Why? Because the body itself need rest so that I can be able to build and also plan ahead. So what I normally do is most especially like Sundays, I try to take time to relax and be with the family, because to be frank with you, because of the magnitude of the problems the Nigerians are facing, because of the magnitude of the problem the less privileged, the widows and the orphans in the society are facing, sometimes I find it difficult to sleep for 6 hours, because if I get home by 8 o'clock, I have to sit down and begin to brainstorm. I have to begin to solve people's problems, and before I go to bed, sometimes it's by 1, and by 5 I'm up again for morning devotion. And once I'm up for morning devotion, I don't go to bed. The next thing is how to begin. I'll start thinking on how to come back to the office. So it's not always easy, but I still try my possible best on Sundays after church, try to relax, spend time with the family, and then prepare for Monday's activities.
Okay, we know you will love music. People that love people love music. So, want to know, what is your favorite music?
Well, let me be honest with you. How I wish I have time for music. I would have told you my favorite music.
Okay.
But with my kind of person, my kind of personality, I want to tell you, before I venture into humanitarian work, I was a lover of music, a lover of sports. But since I came into this, I think that time I should devote listening to music or watching movie or doing, I should devote that time thinking and planning on how we can make the world a better place for the youth. So, but I listen to music most especially when I'm in the car,
okay,
when I'm traveling, because many musicians who love that have passion for what we are doing. I've heard so many music. We have so many music being played with myself and this foundation. So when I listen to such music, it motivates me to do more.
Any particular one in question? That's really what, there are many.
There are many.
Okay. Thank you. Well, we've been talking to Honorable, and there is more. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching Heroes Walk, and before the break, we were talking with Honorable Joshua Yohana. He is the CEO of Jojo Classic Foundation. Sir, well, our next question to you is: we know there will be challenges. It's not easy. Anything you're doing, and you have the interest of the people at heart, definitely there will be challenges. We want to know, what are the major challenges you've had to go through, and how have you been able to overcome and still be on this journey? But we will start by knowing, how old is Jojo Classic Foundation?
Well, just as I've told you earlier, this foundation is a vision that was being born a very long time ago. But officially, we started operating 2 years ago. And I have to tell you that God has really been faithful. And with the question you asked about the challenges, just as you know, every responsibility comes with a challenge. And most especially this one that has to do with a calling. It has not been easy though, because the major thing we need to go very well on a foundation is finance. And I want to state here today categorically clear, just as I've always told people, that since the inception of this foundation, I have financed every project of this foundation, and nobody has supported me, even though we have opened our door for partnership, and we are still expecting that at the right time people will come in. But for the past 2 years, I've been doing everything alone, and that is the major challenge we've had, which is finance. Every other machinery we need to run this foundation is already on ground. But the only challenge we have is finance.
Okay, I believe that someone may be watching and wondering, so how can someone be a sponsor or a partner? Is there a page they can go to?
Yes, the organization have a website.
Okay.
Jojo Classic Foundation. Okay. Once you log into the website, you have a donation portal, where you can donate no matter how small. Whatever is being donated in the portal is just meant for empowering the widows. So the portal is open. Once you go to the website, you find it there.
Okay, that's beautiful. But I'm thinking, because I've met some youths that actually want to start an NGO, and their mentality was that you can only get funding or get people that would sponsor the work that you're doing when you relate to people that are outside the country. Do you think so? Do you think that we don't have people on ground here that can really fund this work?
Well, let me be honest with you. Over the years, there are many people that have hidden under the umbrella of NGO to siphon people. Mm-hmm. They will come, register an NGO with the aim of helping people, but once funds are being given to them, so they use it to enrich themselves. And that is why many people these days find it very difficult to channel their funds to NGOs. Instead of channeling their funds through NGOs to people, they decide to do it themselves. But just as they have the impression, there are many international NGOs outside the countries who are there to see how they can render help to some local NGO that can also distribute these materials. And by the special grace of God, Jojo Classic Foundation has made contact, and we've sent them proof of of what we are doing here, because the world now is looking for people that have something to offer. So you need to prove to them that this is what you are doing. They will come down, examine, and really know that yes, what you told them you are doing, they want to see the evidence. And we have provided all these things, and we are hoping that sooner or later we are going to get our own international contact too that will help us in sustaining this foundation.
Okay, I've also seen foundations where it's just about food. What else do you do for the people?
Well, apart from the skill acquisition programs, apart from the stipends, the money we give to women, widows to start up their businesses, we have also initiated a program where we get some orphans, basically who cannot pay school fees. We enroll them into school. Just like this afternoon, I got a call from my wife because she is a teacher too. She teaches in one of the junior secondary schools. So I got a call from her that in the school where she teaches, there was a school fees drive earlier today. So she called and pleaded if the NGO can intervene. I've already set up plans to visit the school on Monday and see how many students we can be able to bring back to school through our own little way as an NGO. So we also pay school fees for orphans, and we try. We don't only give these widows loans. Why? Because some people will come that they want to start up business, and when you give them this money for business, they go out there and divide it into something else. But what we are trying to do now is to see how, even when we give you funds to start up business, we have a particular department here in this organization that will monitor you and ensure that you are really doing that business. Even if you are not doing business, if you are not doing well in that particular business, we can change you into something we feel you fit in.
Okay, so you have a team that you're working with.
Yes.
Because we know it's really a huge task.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know, in one word, can you encourage someone out there? Because truthfully, people have had bad experiences, people don't know who to trust, but then we will still have people that have the passion to help others. I want you to talk to somebody, maybe somebody is watching you, maybe there's a youth, there's somebody, maybe not just a youth, a man out there that is thinking, oh, I would love to help people. Can you encourage the person and tell them the advantages of being a humanitarian?
Well, just as I've said earlier, these days people find it very difficult to channel their funds to somebody to help another person. Instead, they prefer to do it themselves. But I always advise people that have this passion to give, that even if you feel you cannot pass this through an NGO, get an NGO where you can partner with. Then we now, the NGO, can now get people that fall into this category of the people you want to help. Then with this partnership, you can now do the handing over yourself. Okay. Since you feel you cannot get these people and you really need to go into this humanitarian side, we can provide the people for you. Then you do the distribution yourself. Because just as I've told you, even me myself, I have a particular team that even if you come that you need help or something, because some people come here for house rent and other things, I have to send my people to go down with you and verify if that need is really there before we act. Okay. So if you have something and you feel you want to distribute, maybe a sewing machine, maybe wheelchairs or something, just call us on phone, or you can come down to the organization, get us a partnership letter, and we'll get these people down across to you wherever you want us to bring them. Then you do your distribution. Okay,
and you're telling them that it pays to look out for someone.
Yes, just as I've told you earlier, service to humanity is service to God. And I want to tell you that what we are doing here is only one who is called by God that can go this far. Because me in particular, I can decide to say, okay, with the funds, with what God has blessed me with, I will just decide to stay with my wife and my beautiful daughter, we enjoy ourselves, we travel, have the luxury life. But what will it benefit us? While I can afford 3 square meals in a day and somebody out there cannot afford one. I have a daughter that goes to school and I pay 150,000 to 200,000 in a term for school fees, and somebody cannot pay 200 naira for PTA in a public school to write exams. So what is the essence?
What's the essence?
What is the essence? So I want to tell you that the greatest joy I have in life is when I put a smile on somebody's face and I see that person very happy. Even if I don't get the blessing today, I know God will bless me tomorrow.
That's very true. Thank you very much. Well, you've had it all. Service to man is service to God. I mean, what will it profit you if all you have ever worked for is just for you and you alone? We'll be talking to Honorable Joshua Yohana. He is the CEO of Jojo Classic Foundation, doing marvelously well, doing a great job, empowering those that are in need here in Jikwe, Abuja. Well, I know you've been blessed. I know that this particular interview has provoked something in you. Come on, put a smile on someone's face today. That's what Heroes Walk is about. Don't forget you can be part of this program by sponsoring or participating. Call the number on the screen and be sure to follow us on our various social media handles that will be displayed on your screen. We alone cannot do this. We need you, and together we'll make this world a better place. Thank you, sir, for having us, and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
So that's all we have for you today. It is Heroes Walk, and don't forget, I'm Susan Ozono. Bye for now.